cannot have peace in Costa Rica and have war in Colombia. You cannot have peace in Botswana and have war in Angola. You cannot have peace in any part of the world when other peoples are at war. And so we want to join with those African peoples who are opposed to the militarization of the planet Earth, and in particular, the plans of the United States to militarize Africa. Do you believe that the United States of America want to support the implementing of security policies for Africa? We are saying if you do want to do that, then consult with the African Union and speak to the African people who want peace. Of course, recently there have been meetings in the Pentagons and they say the real reasons they want to have the African Command is they want to make sure there's no disruptions of African oil, and they want to protect African oil. You want to protect African oil for who?
The U.S. in 2003 received about 12% of its oil from Africa. Who can guess what that number is today? Any ideas? 24% of U.S. oil is now being sourced from the African continent. It is so critical for us to make the connections. It is not just Iraq, where the assumption is, why is our oil under their sand? But it's happening all around the world. And increasingly, Africa is being looked to source, to feed the U.S. addiction to oil. So Egypt remains the only country on the continent that's not going to be covered by the Africa Command. But the others, this is the proposal on the table, that if they're going to engage with the U.S., they must engage through this new Africa Command.
In the year 2000, 2 African nations received foreign military financing. And if I remember, they were Nigeria and Sudan, right? 10 million to Sudan, 250,000, 10 million to Nigeria, 250,000 to Sudan. In 2005, 14 nations on the African continent are receiving U.S. military aid under this foreign military financing program. And the number has raised from that 10 million to about 24 million. So military aid has doubled. If we had no other reason to oppose Africom, we should oppose it just because the International Peace Operations Association is foreign, right? And the International Peace Operations Association is a lobbying group, and it's a lobbying group for the Blackwaters and the DynCorps and the MPRIs, the Military Resources Professional Incorporated, and this trade organization very excited about Africom.
Can you rise up at the sound of peace? Can you make peace lighter than air? Can you make peace sing like butterflies until peace becomes the noise of the planet, until peace becomes the noise of the planet? Peace, peace, peace.